What's up, guys? Barbarian or Bust here, and we are in the Season 4 PTR, and I gotta say, D4 good. Right now, I find the items are absolutely awesome. Like, what you can roll on them, I think is a lot better than what you could roll on them before, and a lot of the stats can go everywhere. You can have life on a weapon, so max life, that's pretty cool. These stats feel really D3-ish to me. I think they took the best parts of D3 and they literally shoved them in this game. And then they took the crafting part of Last Epoch and they made it into tempering. Which, you know what? It's not a bad thing because it was already great to begin with. The crafting system in Last Epoch is very similar, and this is a good version of it. I like it. So I'm just going to show you what I have so far. So these are the ones that I got when I first joined the PTR. And so far they're pretty cool. Steel Grasp. Awesome. Natural resistance. So resistances work different, as in you can roll them on almost any piece of gear now. Offensive. Pretty cool. And the weapon stats. So the elemental surge so far I'm not really. It is what it is. But berserking augment, that's pretty cool. Furious augment, that's awesome. And then bleed augment. So if you notice, we have the 3 bleed spells, the skills: Flay, Rupture, and Rend. Furious, it has Bash, Hammer of Ancients, Upheaval, and Kick. And for berserking, Double Swing, Whirlwind, Frenzy. Very interesting. So I think they're kind of giving you maybe playstyles that might kind of work together. Because this is clearly, that's definitely one of them. But yeah, this is a really cool system. I've already put on some of my weapons. So this is a bleed weapon, which we put on damage from the offensive and rend size from the weapon. And you can temper it 5 times, and I've done 3 out of 5. But those rolls were pretty decent, so I'm leaving it. And you can put them on every single on every single item. So I have 2 here. I have damage and resource generation. On this one I have movement speed, and I don't think I did any others right now. Max, yeah, I re-rolled that to max life. Okay, and I re-rolled that so the vulnerable damage is higher as well. So the itemization overall, I think, is a big win. This makes more possibilities, like you have attack speed now, damage, strength. And let's go over here. Codex of Power change. Pretty awesome. I wish they had more of a filter here. There's not a massive filter here, but there is. It is filtered amongst here. And you just got to search for the one you want. The real filter is over here. When you go to collections, Codex of Power, then you can filter it this way. So if we look down, my class only, unlocked from dungeon. So you would look at all these ones here, then decide which one you want. And then you would type it in up here. Let's look for Iron Warrior. There we go. See? So that's not bad. So yeah, so this is pretty cool here too. I really like that, and it shows what can go on what. Defensive can go on these aspects. Offensive right here. Resource. Utility can go on pretty much everything, and mobility can only go on the boots and the amulet. So this is really nice. This is a really big upgrade. So yeah, Codex Power, awesome change. And when we look at the affects of what can roll, so with Fury on Kill, resource cost reduction, damage over time, vulnerable damage, overpower, critical. So these 3 are the same, which is nice, and damage over time is still there. That's nice. Flat damage, that's awesome. Fury on Kill, life per hit, max life. This really feels like D3 to me. If we swap it over to strength, the only thing that changes is it can roll, strength and attack speed. Yeah. So that's it. That's all you can roll on here. And let's look at a ring. So here you still have your strength, your life per second, life per hit, which were both from D3. Fury on Kill, D3. Damage, attack speed, critical strike chance, Lucky hit strike chance. Besides that, like, this is very much D3, which isn't a bad thing. Resource cost reduction. And here, so this one, so the critical strike damage also has overpower damage, vulnerable damage, damage over time. So you can only, seems like, have maybe 1 damage on here, versus like with this one, those weren't on the list. So that's interesting. So you can't have vulnerable damage plus critical strike damage plus damage over time. And on here for the resistances, you can only have 1 slot that has a resistance. So there no longer will be boots are always triple res plus movement speed. The only way to do that is you roll 1 here, and then we can take this item over here and put a resistance on it, I think. Natural resistances. Okay, so it's a defensive. Interesting. So the defensives, so that, okay, so that's interesting. You can roll resistances on your rings, but you can't put extras on there, only where you can put a defensive slot. So that would probably be here as well. Yep, so you can add reses there. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Overall, the system itemization overhaul is huge, and I think it's a positive change. The only thing I don't like is with our Paragon board. Right now, I'm just doing my Ren Rupture Bleed build, which I absolutely love. We don't require the bonuses. There's no way to get more willpower except for getting more willpower out of the board. That's the only way to get any of these. So all these, like, this is all your gear, and the rest of these are all from your Paragon board. So that's a little interesting on how that changes. But the skill tree, nothing's really changed here. You know, we already knew the changes that were going to happen. So right now, like I said, I'm playing Ren Rupture. Just show that off really quickly. But all these have stayed the same. Right here. That's awesome. And I am trying the Gushing Wounds right now. So far, so good. And I have tried Greater Rifts, or whatever they call them here. And let's go to the Jeweler. So there's a couple changes with the Jeweler, which I think is positive. There we go. So rubies are the same, except I think they give, I don't know if they gave 9% last time. I can't remember. Amethysts are also the same. Emeralds are different. Now it's just vulnerable damage. So that's pretty cool. Topazes are the same. Sapphires are also different, 20% to critical strike damage. I think that's pretty cool. So Sapphire and the Emerald are now changed with the vulnerable damage and the critical strike damage. And then Diamonds are the same. And the Skulls are also the same. So far, so good. Really enjoyed those changes. The Greater Rift system is also really, really fun. Really like that. I tried it once so far. Why don't we try tier 4? Give you a little walkthrough. I don't know what to call it. The pit. Alright. So yeah, this is my Ren Rupture build. This is basically the Field of Crimson, minus using the Field of Crimson. And I don't have all my aspects up yet. Like, nothing is on there, so... But yeah, my Ren is definitely a lot bigger. Gameplay feels smooth, feels fun. Definitely feel powerful. My resistances are not maxed out. Neither is my armor at the moment. I'm not going to do any build guides for the PTR, but I'll definitely be doing build guides for the PTR. I'm out of fury. But yeah, I find I'm not using Steel Grasp a lot. And I don't know, I feel like this is a more mobile play style now. Like, you just move faster, you attack faster. The game feels better. You definitely don't get as many items. And that's okay. But now you're gonna strive to get a legendary item with 3 aspects, with two things on them that you really like, and then have one that you can re-roll. That's definitely going to be the new thing to do. I just tried Helltide momentarily, and it was also a lot of fun. Now there's also Whispers in Helltide, so that also looks pretty cool. But yeah, so far, loving the changes. I've only played for an hour. Absolutely very, very excited for Season 4. I'm glad they did the overhaul. Codex powers, huge win. Itemization's a huge win. For me, Greater Rifts, aka the Pit, is also a huge win. It was my favorite thing to do in D3, see how high you can go with your build, and this is the exact same thing. So I'm definitely excited for this. And the only negative thing, like I said earlier, would be the not hitting the bonuses on your Paragon board. Right now, I don't know how they're going to solve for that, or if they're going to solve for it. I think they should. But yeah, no, the game feels good. And as you see, I'm not really using Steel Grasp very often. I'm just kind of running around using Rend. The odd time I kind of stand still. So that'll be interesting on how it plays out in the Field of Crimson with the Blood Pool, because I feel right now that's going to be like a really slow play style. I'm just kind of ripping through everything here. So that'll be curious to see. But yeah, I'll give some feedback, and if I see things I don't like on there, I'll definitely keep you guys posted. Oh, good, the Guardian awaits. I like how the seamless transitions are nice. I'm out of fury. Okay, let's see what we got here. Still hits pretty well. Okay, there we go. Alright, yeah, so first impression, D4 good. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will definitely be posting more PTR content.